to
Grace Through Faith!
My name is Lovely. I'm the youth director for this ministry, and these are my youth leaders.
Kyle. Yo, my stomach is rolling, bro.
Hi, my name is. Hey, I'm Kyle. Hi, everyone. Welcome to
Grace Through Faith!
We're so excited that you're here to join us. My name is Lovely. I'm the youth director for this ministry, and these are my youth leaders. They're going to introduce themselves.
My name's Kyle.
My name's Kelly. Hi, I'm Mika.
My name is David.
And here today, we have a wonderful special guest. Her name is Amrita Prakash. She's one of my best friends, and the church and the family, they've known her for over 10 years now. So she's basically part of our family, and she's going to give us insight regarding to the topics that we're going to discuss. Okay? So yay for Amrita! For today's GTF Youth Talk topic, we're going to talk about gender inequality. Do you think that gender inequality exists?
Like, women weren't given the same opportunities as men, and like they usually were like steered toward like home or like children and stuff like that.
Yeah. So like women took on the role of just being like a housekeeper, the nanny, the one who's at the just the kitchen, someone
Housewife.
who's housewife, not the breadwinner, not having careers or having education. That's a great point. Does anyone else have any ideas?
I have another example. So my other teacher, she was telling me that before, when she was in high school, she wanted to do woodshop, but she had to do home economics. And she said her career choice could have changed if she did woodshop when she was in high school.
So there's, even in education, there's already predestined career choices for what it is if you're a girl or what it is for you're a boy. Do you think that limits people's potential?
For example, if your teacher was interested in woodshop, it could have changed her career choice, right? You're making me laugh. Wait. Like cooking versus mechanics, right?
Yeah.
So my brother's really into mechanics and all that stuff, and growing up, I was always a part of it, right? But I've developed certain skills in that thing, so sometimes I can tell when a tire pressure is low. I can tell when you need an oil change. But in the kitchen, I don't know anything, right? Like I don't really know how to cook. I know nothing. I don't know how my mom prepares her dishes, but I have a skill in a more quote-unquote masculine area versus having it in a feminine area. So I think sometimes it would limit my potential in knowing when a tire is gonna blow or when I need an oil change, and that can help other people. So for example, in a female who didn't have the opportunity to learn about mechanics, I can educate her. So I think it limits our potentials when we don't have an opportunity to even learn about these masculine, I quote, masculine areas.
Do you guys think it's tradition? Because like, why do you think that at such an early age, all these like stereotypes of what a woman should be or a girl should be are placed on us? Like,
It's tradition. And it's just always been passed down.
Yeah.
And there's not really anyone who said no, or if they did, like they would, they made them be quiet. And
like if you challenge it, like, oh, I want to work there. No, you stay inside.
Linked with family ties, I would say.
Yeah.
Like it starts in the beginning of like your family tree or like where your family originated from, and like it also depends on like, I don't know how your society works.
Yeah.
I think it's a cultural thing as well.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm blessed that like in my household, like both my parents cook. But I realize in certain households, only the wife or the mom cooks.
Yeah.
So even if now these days women work, but then they're also expected to still do the house chores and take care of the kids, while usually the husband just chills because they do masculine jobs, while as the wife will do, let's say, an office job. You know how we talked about in the beginning how there's certain positions that are women designated and men designated. For example, if you're a guy, you do construction. If you're a girl, maybe you'll be ECE, like an early childhood educator, okay? There's a massive difference between how much a construction worker makes as a guy who as an early childhood educator. They won't make that much because majority of times people who take care of children are women. So they hire women specifically for those jobs. So although you are doing physically demanding jobs like taking care of this and being emotionally invested to these kids, the people won't get paid as much. Okay? So it says, wives, submit yourself to your own husband as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is a savior. So now as church submits to Christ, also wives should submit to their husband. Great, that's Gucci, okay? Next verse, which people forget. My favorite part here. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ, God, loved the church and gave himself. Keyword, gave himself. You know what that means? That you giving your body, your soul, your everything to your wives, okay? Gave himself for her to make her holy, cleansing, and by her, so basically treat her like a queen and a princess is what they're saying. So for me, I will never submit to a man if you don't do that.
It's kind of become like the expectation too. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of men believe that, like, because I'm the breadwinner,
breadwinner.
quote unquote. Yeah, like I deserve this respect because of that.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Do you guys feel that in other parts of the world, girls don't have the opportunity to go to school or, just get an education? How do you guys feel about
I think
that?
it's wrong because I think education is a right. Because if you have
Yeah,
education,
that's true.
basically you're taking away their future.
Yeah.
You're taking away their right to have a job and success in the future. Or you're not giving them, the good life in the future. And I think that's just wrong because you're giving boys a future.
Exactly.
And girls, no.
Okay, let me tell you something. You know why girls don't go to school? Because if you're a girl and let's say you get your period, then you stay at home because they don't have sanitary napkins and stuff like that. Okay. Also, when you're a girl, let's say your parents were to pass away, you automatically become the parent. So girls little as 10, 11, 12 become a parent to a 5, 3-year-old. So I'm saying the responsibility just gets placed on the girl right away, while the boy can work and they go to school. The girl stays in their home.
There's also the notion that if you have a girl, then automatically you have to marry off your girl.
Yes.
And then
Oh my
they
gosh.
they become a housewife there, right?
Yeah.
So then they don't believe in investing for education because they're just gonna send them away eventually.
I don't think it's right that sometimes that it's really placed on us that, okay, so after you graduate, and I know me and Amrita get this because we're young women, and then a lot of people be like, oh, you just graduated, oh, you have a full-time job, or you have a house. Okay, so when are you gonna get married and have kids?
Yeah.
And it's
it always ends up there.
Yeah.
They never talk about the accomplishment. Oh, so tell me about how hard was it to finish school, or how hard was it to get a job, or what do you do in your job?
You let girls have the opportunity more to follow their career. I think the world would be a much better place. They would contribute. They have so much to contribute, and we're keeping them down. That's half of the world you're eliminating. Right? What
do you think that we can do to kind of help out with that?
In our own communities, in our school, we challenge whenever someone for example, if someone tells you a girl that, oh, you should do this and not this because you're a girl, then you should challenge that. Our church is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
If we, if our church especially stands against it, I think very big institution, especially here. So if the church is outspoken about it, and we have different churches, I think that will, people will see that, and they'll, it'll spark. It'll spark them to change.
Actually, for example, in some churches they have women who are pastors. If other churches implement that more, they will give them the opportunity for women to also have a say or just talk about God in their own perspective, because it's usually always men
who become pastors or preachers or leaders of churches. So what I is that especially for Grace Through Faith, a lot of the leaders are women, to be honest. We have board of directors in our church, right? Meaning that they are the ones who make decisions, other than Pastor Cesar. So 2 of those are women, which is Tita Nelsa and Tita Lot, right? They're women. Also I'm the youth director. I'm a girl, and it's our youth leaders, they're girls, right? So it's the fact that if your church or your home practices leadership in women and actually advocating and saying, girls are great leaders, not saying guys aren't, it's just saying that girls have the capacity to be leaders, then it really sets a tone. And I'm really happy that Grace Through Faith is like that, and I hope that more churches are like that, because I do know in Philippines there are some churches where they believe women should not preach or be pastors, and I've seen that, and then they've prohibited that, and then they look down upon it. I believe that if you have a calling when it comes to ministry and God, and you are a woman, hands down you should do it.
I think one of our basic beliefs is that God loves everyone the same, right? I don't think he would support unequal treatment of women.
Yeah.
I don't think he would support that because he loves men and women.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
He loves us all the same. And if we want something, whether that's a woman who wants to become an engineer or an astronaut, you know, masculine job, I think God wouldn't take that blessing away because you're a woman, right? He's gonna, you know, give that to you.
As Christians, or anyone in the Bible in particular, where you guys think that, wow, that's actually like a great example for a strong woman who showed faith and courage and good traits?
Mary, which is Jesus' mother. So first of all, God entrusted her to, and I feel like how women are able to carry a child. First of all, it's so beautiful that God gave us the gift and the ability to carry a child and to give life and to give birth. God gave women that specific job that only they can do.
Only
Say it again.
That they can only do. So if God sees that women are capable of providing and for doing such a significant and important task, well, I just wanted to show that God really sees women as precious and as a gift, and like what you were saying before in Ephesians, that verse that women should be praised and honored. So I really believe that our God is a God who really honors women.
Yes. Can you tell us strengths of your mother that you really admire?
She was the dad to me when my dad wasn't there. Like, she was my dad and my mom at the same time. Like, one thing that I really admire about her is her like strength through struggle. When we were living in the basement when my dad was gone for 3 years, like, I really saw her struggle like day and night. She would take double shifts. She would just like she did everything because my dad wasn't there to provide for me and my brother, right? And I don't know, she's just an example of us really strong women.
We have all of us. I know all your mothers, and we have such strong moms. Like, to be honest, they're fire. Like, in a sense of like their intellectual capacity and like their resilience to everything. They're definitely like, you know, Wonder Woman. I truly believe our mothers are all like Wonder Woman, and like I want to live up to that, but I see it's so hard, and I just want to be like half the woman my mom is. If I can even reach that potential, because like just how much they invest into their family, their husbands, their kids, their work, it's like they give 100%. 110.
So to everything.
To everything.
Every aspect,
Like, some women are so emotional all the time, and it's like women are nurturers. Like, naturally they're nurturers, and I really appreciate that, because you really want a world that's all cold and doesn't talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Full of egotistical personalities.
Who rules the word? Majority are?
Men.
And how many wars are happening right now because of that?
Yeah.
Maybe if you give a woman an opportunity to lead, there would be innovation and there would be less destruction. Not saying that men can't do that. I'm just saying that if you give women the opportunity to actually be in positions of power, there will be changes. So first of all, thank you so much for listening to our podcast regarding women or just gender inequality. I wanted to state that the God we serve is a just God, okay? And he definitely he's not like a respecter person where he looks at men higher than women. He genuinely looks at everyone the same. So likewise, if we serve that God, and that means that we have to look at people that way too, not less than. We can't put our own traditional, cultural, or personal biases because we think that one person is more superior than others. So I just want to encourage like everyone in general that you need to continue supporting the women in your life, okay? From your sister to your mother to your auntie to your grandma to your friends. Honestly, everyone needs to do their part to uplift women. And the more that you do that, then the better opportunities. It's just like it creates a ripple effect of good feeling, you know?
I think just to add on to that, supporting our women, supporting our mothers and sisters, I think it also starts with our fathers and our brothers supporting our mothers and sisters as well, and supporting their wives and girlfriends, whatever it be, daughters. I think it starts from there. You know, the notion that we were talking about earlier, that this whole cultural thing where women are below men, I think if we can change that when we raise our children, when we raise our daughters, I think we can. That's a starting point for us that we can contribute.
I agree. Yeah.
Adding on to that, it also starts within ourselves to educate other people about like how women are and how like hard they work, and just like encouraging women power.
Yeah, women empowerment, hands down.
And yeah, I think we need to break the stereotype. I think, you know, stereotype men are supposed to go to work and women are supposed to stay at the house. That needs to end. Right? We need to challenge that in our lives. If anyone says that, or if anyone, you know, believes that, I think we need to challenge that in our lives, right? That's not the stereotype anymore. Right?
Okay, and that concludes it, everyone. We're gonna wave. Alright.
I got some leg pain.
Oh,
Some leg pain.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's First?
Okay.